and also in Hamden, Connecticut for the Hamden Bics. The Bics were owned by the Waterman Bic, makers of the Big Pen. During his time in the Eastern Basketball League, he was selected to the All-Star team and All-Pro team twice. In 1970, Tony became the head coach of the Hamden Bics, winning the division title, eventually falling to Hartford in the final. He then coached at the District of Columbia Teachers College from 1969 to 1972 and won not two, but 3 MIC titles and was named the Coach of the Year 3 times. And I can honestly say, as a coach, I watched him and his teams were more organized than your only daughter's wedding. The Washington Pigskin Club recently identified Upson as Washington, D.C. basketball legend at their annual awards banquet. In 1984, was honored to serve as the principal of his high school alma mater, Theodore Roosevelt High School. He was later hired, Rough Riders. He was later hired by Harvard University's Principal Center, where he worked as a principal trainer and coach for 16 years. We could go on, but tonight we're running out of time. And so, in recognition of his outstanding contributions and intricate place in the annals of the University of the District of Columbia Athletics, the name of Leonard Tony Upson shall be permanently inscribed in the University of the District of Columbia Athletic Hall of Fame among the names of the greatest student athletes, coaches, and administrators in the history of the university. President Sessoms and Director of Athletics, Patricia Thomas, will proudly present the Hall of Fame medal to you as an inaugural inductee of the University of the District of Columbia Hall of Fame.
Kind of favor that guy, right? Just a little bit.
I'm so excited. So excited. This is just such a great honor to be among the first inductees into the UDC Sports Hall of Fame. As an alumni, I was very pleased to see the formal recognition of those who represented our university as athletes, coaches, and administrators. As an educator, former principal, of course I have a prepared text. But I'm not going to go from this text because I know we want to move along. But I have to share this one little story. My kids say, why do it? And get up there and start telling all the jokes. I said, but I'm not. But here's an interesting story for you. You know I'm an educator. I've been in education for that many years. But growing up, we talk about being, how do I say it? The product of your environment, conditioned by your environment. Now picture this, I became the principal of my high school. Okay? But in high school, the guys that I hung around with, as an example, Lawrence Red, if a new guy moved into the neighborhood or came to school, or with George Gibbs and I would talk about a new guy in the neighborhood, these are the questions we did not ask. I'm going to repeat that. These are the questions that we did not ask. I didn't say to Brad, hey Brad, I wonder who this guy's famous authors are. I wonder what book he's reading. I didn't say to George, I wonder if this guy would fit into our study group. I wonder if he's already made plans for college. I wonder what he does in the summers, if he thinks about going to Europe, or thinks about perhaps going to Yale or Harvard. We asked none of those questions. What we asked, could he play? Can he play? Can he shoot? Or can he jump? And that's what I did for the university, and I loved every minute of it. The years I spent as a college athlete were among the happiest of my life. What stands out most and most clearly are my teammates, who became like brothers, and the coaches who were like role models and father figures to us. I realized, though, that the lessons I learned helped shape the man I am today. They have carried me over all the years of my life, and even now. One, the purpose of teamwork. We were only successful when we worked together and operated as a team. Trust. We had to trust each other and our coach, and also to be trustworthy. Show up on time. Do what you've been asked, and have self-discipline. Listen to this one, Will Jones. Don't hog the ball. Now my son asked me, Dad, why you put that in there? You were the lead scorer, you shot. Don't hog the ball. Sometimes the best shot belongs to the other guy. We also learn to win with grace and to lose with dignity. Another lesson learned, that it was great to have passion. It's absolutely wonderful to have passion about something. But you can't win without commitment. Life isn't fair, but you've got to do the best you can. And sometimes, Will Jones, the ugliest shot ends up being nothing but net. It was a true privilege to represent and to play for DC Teachers College, and those were some of the lessons I learned that I take. Thank you so much, committee. I really appreciate it.
Before we go on, I would like to acknowledge that Stuart Henley is a Tuskegee Airman, and we thank you very much.